Okay, so here's the level I spent the majority of my time on. I know the first level I say is super hard, and I still think it is probably harder than this one, but this one took me a while to get to where I wanted to be. I knew that gold was hard. Like, if you just run the level normally, I think it's like 20 minutes or something stupid. Um, and the gold is 13 and a half. And whenever I ran the level just normally without, uh, like with doing minimal shortcuts and not experimenting, I think the best I got was like 17 minutes. Just, like, I could not do it. But, you know, back to the level. So right here, I actually used to think this was the hardest part of the level. But then I realized there's actually a respawn exploit that you can do. And I think all you have to do is once you get to halfway, I found this by accident, by the way. Once you get to halfway and die, boop, alright, there we go, just turn around. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, like, just so much time is spent trying to find shortcuts, and then once I found the shortcuts, actually trying to do them. Like, and the thing about this level is just so long. Just so long. Like, the gold medal is 13 and a half minutes. Like, I don't know why they'd make a level this long. But, you know, it's still fun. I like this level. Admittedly, this level should probably be more fun for me than Star Haven, which I think it is, but I still like Star Haven better. Better music, better pizza, Papa John's. But, you know, a lot of this is just learn the controls, like I said. And, oh, right here, I actually used to land on the rocks below this, but then I realized you can actually skip that platform and then reset your grapples right there. I'm probably forgetting a lot of what I'm trying to say, just because, you know, there's a lot going on in this level. You can skip all those by going up to there, and then landing. I try to do quick resets whenever I can. Usually, I get distracted and too focused, and then I forget about stuff, and so you'll probably see me freeze up every now and then. Like, right here. Nah, that was actually pretty good. Usually I'll forget, and then I'll have to wait. But, like, with this run previously, I got 10 minutes and 23 seconds. It's, you know, I could just look instead of guessing. But, yeah, that's what I got. And, like, that's over 3 minutes better than gold. So, even if you don't run this thing all that well, you can still get gold pretty easily. And right there, I just, instead of doing the high jump like I used to, I just double jump, because it actually saves a little bit of time, because you don't have to drop as far. And then now it goes into like it did this a little earlier, but this one's where it's like, hey look, you can grapple, grapple, and then reset, and then grapple, grapple, grapple. Grapple, 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 phenomena. Sometimes I miss this and I have to use my rocket jump, but this time I did pretty good. Now, there is a way to not do the rocket jump right here. I only started doing that because it's way more consistent. But you can still make it without it, and I'm sure it's... Honestly, I don't know if it's actually faster. I used to try to do that because I thought you needed the rocket jump to get here, but then I realized that all you had to do is kind of move yourself around with that last grapple and then you make it. Right here, I'm pretty sure you have to do the rocket jump. I don't think I've made it without that. Now, something interesting. I accidentally missed this last platform after this grapple right here. I missed it, and it never triggered the event to get rid of my rocket jump. So I could actually do this whole next part with the rocket jump. However, I cannot, like, I have no clue what caused it. Because I've tried to miss before, and then it still actually, like, takes away the rocket jump, and I have to do it normally. So I'll try to figure that out. Maybe it'll do a little better. This part just sucks. I hate this part. Because this is the part that I mess up on the most out of anything. Like, right there, sometimes I'll miss that and fall. I'll miss that, fall. These little skinny platforms, if you kind of get the wrong angle, you'll fall off those. This one, especially, you have to kind of go on that far edge. That one I almost missed, but I grappled. Now this one, I know that I said don't run, but the run was looking pretty good, and so I decided to kind of play it safe. And to be honest, that only would have saved like 1 or 2 seconds. And like I said, sometimes I freeze up and forget, like you saw just then. I missed that jump, like an idiot, but then you have to jump at that shadow, and then you make it. And yeah, this part was funny. I was like, how do you shortcut this? There is no way, and you have to like go on these other platforms. But then one time I was like, oh man, I missed. And then I landed on this, and then I turned around and I'm like, oh wait, all right, that's the exit. So I just skipped that whole part. So honestly, that I only probably skipped like 5. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I glitched and stuck into the wall. But honestly, that probably only saves you 5, maybe 10 seconds. Probably not even. Right here, you don't have to reset at everything. I just like doing it because it's just, you know, something to do. This one, you have to... I used to go under, but then I saw this, and I felt like they wouldn't have put that there unless you could use it. So I just land here, reset my grapples. And so I used to land on this platform, and I would actually have to high jump and then high jump again. But with this, I rocket jump and skip both those jumps. So it actually saves a ton of time right there. Now right here, I'm sure you can get to these platforms without hitting that last one, but honestly I don't know if it's faster, because the grapple kind of speeds you up, but you know, I think it's easier just to kind of go along with the level when it's like how it's designed, unless you really need to skip it. But right there's not a really big shortcut. You'd only be saving a couple seconds, so it's not worth it. Even if you, like, that is if you can save any amount of time. I actually really like this part, and part that's coming up earlier. It's, like I said in an earlier level, it's just like the Spider-Man aspect of this game. Just kind of swinging from place to place. And this part, I actually sometimes get some really bad frame drop right here, which screws me over. And so this part I usually do pretty bad on. But I think there was only one part in this thing that I made a minor mistake, and it didn't actually cost me all that much time. I think it's like right here. I am like, smack the thingy, but then I just go up. And then I go a little bit slow there, but I start to pick up speed again. And, you know, that is after I smack my chin against another falling rock. And right here, this part's actually really fun. I don't, like, when I was doing the story mode, I started failing on this part a lot. And so I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just, since I'm failing so much, why don't I just experiment and try to grapple the whole way there? So that's kind of what this is based off of. Trying to reset yourself, never having to touch the ground. Sorry. And you kind of, like I said, you don't want to run, so just right there, as soon as you land, jump off, because that little rock is actually closer than you think. And then you can reset. I did not know that for a while, that there's actually crystals right there. But then you just keep going, grapple, grapple, reset, grapple, grapple, reset, and then right here you get the last two. And then I told myself once I get to that platform at 9 minutes, then I was good. I got there at 9:01, so I was like, oh, this is it, I'm gonna do it. And I used to try to go all along the left side because I felt like it made me go faster. I never actually timed it. It was just a lot more fun. But as you can see, I messed that up. So now I just have to kind of go through normally. This part's the part I talked about earlier, the later instance of the Spider-Man aspect of the game. And you kind of want to keep grappling, just because it's way faster than running. And then on straightaways, I just kind of leap, just do a bunch of long jumps. Then I rocket jump here because it's just safe. I know you don't have to, but you know, I finished the level in 9 minutes and 50 seconds, and I'm proud of myself.